On an annual basis, the Government Employees Pension Law of 1996 provides for the GEPF Board of Trustees to increase monthly pension for GEPF pensioners. The law sets out what the GEPF Board of Trustees must take into consideration in making this decision. However, on an annual basis, the GEPF is confronted with questions around bonuses for pensioners, tax on pension, life certification, and keeping the buying power of GEPF pensioners intact. This discussion is intended to break it down to all of you on all of the above. Brian, once again, another important issue.
Thank you. Yes, it's a very controversial one at times, but yeah, very important.
What makes it controversial?
Because our members don't understand how we arrive at these pension increases, and they come up with several theories.
Yeah.
And I'm here to clarify how pension increases are set.
Please just explain to us how do you make a determination?
So pension increases are actually specified in the GEP law. So the GEP law specifies that when it is affordable, the fund should grant pension increases that are at least 75% of a measure of inflation. And the measure of inflation that we use is your November year-on-year CPI. So that is the basis in which we grant pension increases.
Yeah. Are there different elements to it?
Yes, precisely. So what I just described is what we refer to as the basic increase. So at the very least, when it is supported by investment returns, we should be paying a pension increase that is equal to 75% of inflation. So when the fund has done well and has managed to grow its assets sufficiently enough, there is scope to grant increases above the 75%. We call that a supplementary or inflation-related supplementary increase. And in most cases, we then increase your pension increase to 100% of inflation. And I think you will agree with me that even though you're a pensioner, whatever goods you're purchasing increase with 100% of inflation. So it would be good to get an increase that is also in line with 100% of inflation.
And when do GEPF pensioners get paid their pensions?
So we've got two classifications or categories of our members. There are those who retired on or before the 31st of December 2002. These are paid on the 1st of each month. Whereas we have members who retired after 31 December 2002, they are paid at the end of the month. And in terms of the pension increases themselves, they're effective 1 April of each year.
And why is it that pensioners don't get a bonus in their birthday month?
So there are different types of benefit structures across the different pension funds. So you have pension funds which give you a 13th check per se, or a bonus at the end of the year. However, if you look at their benefit structure, they're actually giving you a lower pension initially, and then they give you a 13th check. Whereas with the GPF, we are structured differently. We actually give you a higher pension throughout, but we do not have a facility to pay a bonus. And then if you actually compare like for like, you'd realize that you actually get a higher pension benefit from the GPF than with the other structures.
And in the last 10 years or so, what would you say are pension increases that you've awarded to members?
So we have strived to pay pension increases that are 100% of inflation. So in the past 10 years, we've been able to pay pension increases that are 100% of inflation, with the exception of this year, where we had to limit it to 75% because inflation was quite high, and the investment returns that had been earned did not support a 100% increase.
Some people are asking, why is it that they're no longer receiving a life certificate, or is it because their pension is finished?
No. So prior to October 2011, the fund used to issue life certificates, which members had to sign and commission with the Commission of Oaths. And the only reason why this was required is to prove that the member is still alive. And why that is important is we want to, as a fund, you want to make sure you're paying people who still exist, people who are still alive. You don't want to be paying a ghost account.
Yeah. What about those that are overseas?
Now through technology, we're able to verify someone's existence through collaboration with the Home Affairs. So we have access to the Home Affairs system to confirm the status of our pensioners. And that's why we no longer issue life certificates.
Oh.
Unfortunately, for those who are not based in the country, those who are overseas, we cannot use the Home Affairs database to confirm their status. And we need them to, so we have to issue life certificates to them, and they need to sign and commission as proof that they're still alive.
Yeah. Some people are questioning, why are their pension money taxed?
Unfortunately, I think the wise say the two things are certain in life.
Yeah.
Death and taxes.
Yes.
So your pension benefits are treated as income in the eyes of SARS, and they are taxed according to SARS's marginal rates.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, is there any dynamic that you want to share with us in terms of the taxation that a member has to pay on the income that they receive?
So a challenge that might occur for beneficiaries and members alike is that they might have more than one source of income. So yes, I might be a GPF pensioner, but I might also be receiving income from another source.
I see.
Like I said, unfortunately, death and taxes are what are certain.
Yeah.
And the South African tax system is a progressive system which taxes you on your combined income.
Yeah.
So if you have more than one source of income, SARS is going to tax those combined incomes.
Yeah.
And as a member, you then have an option. You can notify the GPF to only take off the tax that is relevant to the GPF portion. Or if you do not want to face the admin of having to do a tax return at the end of the year and also as a tax debt which you pay as a lump sum at the end of the year, you can notify GPF that I'm happy for you to use a higher tax rate based on my combined income. That way I will receive a lower pension on a regular basis, but I will not owe SARS at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So members have that flexibility and option.
Is it possible though for GPF to allow a member to be taxed more? If a member says to you, can you tax me more so as to cushion for, an eventuality where somebody has to pay a higher amount at a later stage?
Yes, it is possible, although that is not the default. So when we pay a member's pension, they have to notify us of their total income, and then SARS issues a tax directive. And if the member has indicated that they're happy for a higher tax rate to be used, then yes, they have that optionality. And what it does is that it reduces the chances of them owing a tax liability at the end of the year. However, that is not the default. The default is we pay members we tax them based on what they're getting as the GPF pension. Then the onus is on the member when they do the tax returns to then pay off whatever is still due to SARS.